everyone, I'm Khali, and today I'll be reading Rosie Revere, Engineer by Andrea Beaty. Here we go! This is a story of Rosie Revere, who dreamed of becoming a great engineer. In Lila Green's classroom at Blue River Creek, young Rosie sat shyly, not daring to speak. But when no one saw her, and she peeked in the trash for treasures to add to her engineer stash. Late at night, Rosie rolled up her sleeves and built in her hideaway under the eaves. Alone in her attic, the moon high above, Rosie made gadgets and gizmos she loved. And when she grew sleepy, she hid her machines far in her bed where they'll never be seen. When Rosie was young, she had not been so shy. She worked with her hair, swooping one eye. She made fine inventions for uncles and aunts, a hot dog dispenser, yummy, and some helium pants. The uncle she loved the most was zookeeper Fred. She made him a hat to keep snakes off her head. From part of fans and some cheddar cheese spray. Sounds tasty. Which everyone knows keeps pythons away. And when it was finished, young Rosie was proud, but Fred slapped his knees and chuckled out loud. He laughed till he weaseled, ha 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 ha. His eyes filled with tears, and all the horror of Rosie Revere. With shouldn't embarrassment, perplexed and dismayed, she looked at the cheese hat, then looked away. I love it, Fred hooted. Oh, I truly do. But Rosie Revere knew that it couldn't be true. She stuck the cheese hat back in her shelf, and after that day, she kept her dreams to herself. And that's how it went until one beautiful autumn day. The oldest relation showed up for a stay. Her great-great-aunt Rosie was a true dynamo who worked building airplanes a long time ago. Whoa! She told Rosie tales of things she had done and goals she had checked up one by one. She gave a sad smile, then looked to the sky. The only thrill left on my list is to fly. But time never lingers as long as it seems. I'll chalk that one up on an old lady's dreams. At that night, Rosie laid wide awake in bed. A darling idea creeped into her head. Could she build a gizmo to help her on fly? She looked at the cheese hat and said, "No, not I." But questions are tricky, and some hold on tight. And this one kept Rosie awake through the night. So when dawn approached and the red streaked in the sky, young Rosie knew just how to make her aunt fly. She worked till the day was half gone, then hauled the cheese copter out onto the lawn to give her invention just a test to see the ridiculous flop might turn out to be. Strapped into the cockpit, she flipped on the switch. Ding! The halo cheese copter spun and twitched. It floated a moment and whirled around and around, then froze for a heartbeat and crashed to the ground. Wow, wow, wow. Then Rosie heard laughter, ha, 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 and turned around to see the old woman laughing and slapped her knees. She laughed till she weaseled, and her eyes filled with tears. All the horror of Rosie Revere. With that, oh no, never, not again, will I build a lever, a switch, or a gear, and I'll never be a great engineer. She turned around to leave, but great-great-aunt Rosie grabbed hold of young Rosie and pulled pulled her close and hugged and kissed her and started to cry. You did it! Hooray! The perfect first cry. Young Rosie was baffled, embarrassed, perplexed. I failed, said dear Rosie. It's just made of trash. Didn't you see? The cheese copter crashed! Yes, said her great aunt. It crashed, that's true. But first it did what it needed to do. Before it crashed, Rosie, before that, it flew. Your brilliant first flop was a rating success. Come on, let's get busy. On to the next. She handed a notebook to Rosie Revere, who smiled at her aunt. It all became clear. Life might have its failures, but this was not it. The only true failure comes if you quit. They worked till the sun sneaked away to its bed. Aunt Rosie tied her headscarf around Rosie's head and set her to sleep with a smile ear to ear, and dreamed of the bold, great engineer. At Blue River Creek, all the kids agreed too. They made gizmos and gadgets and donkeys too. With each perfect player, it all stand and cheer, but not quite as proudly as Rosie Revere. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Storytime Khali. Hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye!
Action!
Thank you for joining me on this episode of Storytime Khali. Please don't forget to like...
Action! Hold on. Got a cat.
It's the ramen! Alrighty, try again, Dada.
Give me a second,
Logo.
Action! Action!